The Listener of Echoes. The car was packed, but Sora's heart felt empty. The dusty little road to his father's house didn't feel like a path. It felt like a detour. "We're here, Sora," Hiroshi said, his voice too bright for the gray afternoon. Sora just gripped his phone tighter and stared at the quiet, rocky coast. The house was all sharp corners and unpacked boxes. Sora didn't bother opening his suitcase. He found the least used outlet, plugged in his headphones, and curled up on the window seat, letting the screen glow against his face. This wasn't home, it was a waiting room. Hiroshi stood awkwardly in the doorway. He held out a brand new, foil-wrapped sketchbook. "I saw you sketching on the train. Maybe you could draw the ocean from the window?" Sora didn't look up. He shook his head. Once, a small, final movement. But the screen's light eventually dimmed, and the music ran out. Sora lifted his head. The ocean wasn't loud like the city. It was just a massive, constant whisper. And out past the waves, perched on the highest cliff, was a small, strangely silent dome, like a giant pearl waiting for the night. Hiroshi was tinkering in the back garden, muttering to himself. Sora could hear the faint clink of a wrench, but a different noise caught his attention. A low, humming thrum coming from the direction of the dome on the cliff. It sounded like a giant, faraway bell. The hum grew stronger, pulling at Sora's curiosity like a kite string. It was softer than a shout, but louder than a whisper. He slipped out the back door, stepping around his father's mess of tools, and followed the sound up the winding, grassy path towards the cliff. The dome wasn't empty. Inside, it was a galaxy of glowing lights, blinking maps, and strange brass antennas pointing towards the sky. In the middle of it all, surrounded by dials and screens, sat Hiroshi. He looked less like a father and more like a scientist pirate. "It's a station," Hiroshi whispered, turning a dial that clicked softly. "A listener. I don't talk to the sky, Sora. I just wait for the echoes. The little signals the world forgets to tell anyone about." He pointed to a screen where a complex, shimmering spiral shape was slowly being drawn. Sora leaned closer. "Wait," he said. "That spiral, look. The pattern repeats on the 5th segment, but it shifts. It's a 6-beat rhythm, not a 5-beat. He was pointing, his hand almost touching the screen. Hiroshi turned, his eyes wide. "The 6-beat. You're right, I've been looking for that." The hum